Hello, and welcome to a short video on communication accommodation theory, which was developed by Howard Giles at the University of California. And it's concerned with whether or not people minimize difference between them or they emphasize difference between them. So as people get closer and closer, they begin to converge, which means they may actually engage in mirroring. So if you are in conversation with somebody and that person picks up their drink and you pick up your drink as well, you're converging because you're mirroring that person's behavior. And that can be seen in gestures, it can be seen in speaking rate, in accent, vocabulary, etc. So if you've ever walked with somebody, like I walk around campus with people, and I tend to walk extremely fast. If people were converging with me, they would speed up. But if I was diverging with somebody who walked more slowly, I may slow my pace down. So divergence is where people move further apart, and convergence is when they move together. Convergence may be mutual, where both people become alike, so maybe we both kind of slow down and find our own pace together. Or it can be non-mutual, whereby one person becomes more like the other. Convergence can be partial, where people are similar but they don't totally change, or complete, where both parties become the same in their attempts to mimic each other's behavior. This process can be conscious or it can be unconscious. So if I was walking with somebody who had difficulty walking, I would consciously say to myself, I better slow down, and I wouldn't want this person to be hurt or to be struggling in any way. So convergence, on one hand, can lead to bonding and create a sense of social identity and a sense of being appreciated, but it can also be evaluated negatively. So when people engage in stereotypical behavior to seem like another group, that can be offensive to the group that feels like that they're being stereotyped. But at the same time, for example, say you're an exchange student and you go to England, you might decide instead of ordering a typically American dish, you might try fish and chips. There was a scene in a movie where some person from England came over to America, went to a bar, and purposely ordered a Bud Light so he could feel like he was in a part of American culture. And you've probably heard of immigrants who refuse to speak English. They're doing that to hold on to their sense of identity. So in one way you can actually use convergence, although it does take a lot of work. So if you get a new job at a new company, you want to look around and see what other people are doing. So you wouldn't want to dress up every day in your finest clothes if everybody is casual. Although that may be your idea of what it's like to dress in the workplace, you probably want to mirror other people in the workplace if you want to get ahead there, because you want to fit in with that culture and you want to have a sense of identity in that culture and bond with people in that culture. So it's something that you can use to be more liked and to fit in more and to create, again, more of a social bond with people. However, if people think that you're mocking them or engaging in stereotypical behavior, or if you look just very silly doing it, if I affected a British accent, it would not sound right at all. So I'm going to avoid doing that, but I may order some fish and chips. So you have to be very mindful of that. Thank you for your attention.